Okay. Okay, welcome to episode 2 of Documenting the Brand. It is a Friday. It's 2:05. It's wet outside. I wanted to do this at a cafe, but the local one's closed, and I wanted to do it outside, but it's like raining. So you're in the car with me. We're going for a lap around the block while I just quickly check in and document what's happening. It's honestly, like, I am so fine with no one watching this because the only view that I care about is the one that I give it in 6 months from now to see if I did what I said. So basically, like, I just wanted to jump on and just sort of quickly reflect on a couple of things. One being the consistency, like, but over a long-term approach. And then the second one being like the 6 month plan and a little bit of like clarity stuff as well. So one thing we talked about in Spain a month ago when we sat down and came up with this commitment, Cam is doing a video a week on his channel. I'm doing a video a week on Coffees and Handshakes. Obviously, ideally, it's going to be events. It's going to be slow Saturdays. And then I'll sprinkle in these videos where I just kind of check in and talk about what's happening behind the curtains. So we sort of had that chat, and it came from a place of like just focusing on getting reps over time, getting to X amount of posts. So say, for example, with the Instagram, was getting to 100 posts. There's that yarn around like the professor gives half his class the assignment of one post and the other half 100 posts. The guys who do 100 posts versus trying to do one post, they stop overthinking the one post. They just get their reps in, and over the 100 posts, they get better and better and better. The idea of it is that, yeah, just get your reps in. So that's kind of what the conversation came from, and just doing a really long-term approach that in terms of, okay, great, like next 6 months, we're going to do one video a week. And by the end of the 6 months, we will have been consistently doing it. We'll probably be way better at long form now instead of talking about it with short form in terms of growing an Instagram or just having Instagram content. Probably way better at long form. Might have a little bit more of an audience, and but the key thing is that we'll be better, and then we can go from there again. So that's kind of how that chat came about, and that's sort of why we landed on the 6 months of doing stuff. But it came from this chat around consistency, and it was like often, like I was saying to Cam, I had a YouTube channel back in 2018. If I'd kept making one video per week, I'd have 300 videos. I'd probably have heaps of views, a big audience. I'd probably have got a whole lot of opportunities. I'd probably be monetized and getting a little bit of cash on the side from YouTube, but I didn't. And so we were sort of talking around like, if you do just literally hang in the game, it's the pro Ezra. If you do literally just hang in the game and just like outlast people or just outlast yourself that would have given up, you end up in a way better place. And it's like this idea of, okay, just consistently working on something, trying to get better each time, just in one little way, shape or form, but just doing that over a really long time period. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this. It's funny because after that chat, and obviously while traveling, like I was in such a clear place with the brand, and then I find sometimes it's so easy to just slip back and just feel muddled. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is the messaging clear? Is the content good? Like, I want this to be a really cool brand, yeah? I want it to be all about people like feeling the vibe of it, being like, yeah, hell yeah, I want to go catch up with the boys. I want to go catch up with my mates. I want to go do cool stuff like this. I want to go have coffee, catch up. Like I want to make that kind of stuff cool again, And I not that it was never cool and that it's not cool and that people don't do that. It's not like a trend. People already do this, but I just really want to encourage it. And I think like sometimes it's so easy to zoom in, which is what I'm very prone to, and just like be like, oh, this isn't working, and be like, oh, this isn't good enough, or this isn't really clear. And like, I think some brands are so just strong and clear, and that's where I want to get to someday. But I've got to just get my reps in, and I've got to zoom out and look at it like, okay, if I do this for the next 3 years, what's the next 6 months of me just like getting my reps in? And if I'm pushing a clear message and I'm like getting better at the content I use that push that message along the way, then man. And I think I just got to remind myself of that. I'm not working at the moment, so I also have a lot of time on my hands, which means I also have a lot of thoughts on my hands. In terms of the next 6 months, literally the plan is events, use that to do long form content. I just really want to grow out the events and long form content side of the brand in terms of just like, I think you fall in love with the brand so much more from like if you're actually there in person versus digital stuff. So the more in-person stuff I can do to get people there, to get people loving the brand, get people talking about it, get people posting about it, get outside my sort of echo chamber and get in front of other people and other people's circles, the better. So I just want to do that the next 6 months and then make content off that and get better at the long form, like I said, then just check in and see where I'm at from there. Also, something I'll talk about on the next one is we have a coffee club in the works, fully taken care of for us, as well as a big end of year party. So I don't know if either of these things are going to come to fruition, but I had a pretty cool coffee yesterday and I've got a follow-up one to plan it all next week. So stay tuned. Not going to talk about, well, I'm talking about it, but this is a diary entry in it. But I have in the past celebrated things before they actually happened, or like said heaps of things about something that was going to happen and then it didn't happen. So yeah, it might or might not happen, but if it does, it's cool. If it doesn't, then whatever. But yeah, got some stuff going on as well, which will help with the events and the activations and the content and stuff. So